Hey everyone, I hope all are doing good. In this video, we'll be trying to take a topic from solid state, that is packing fraction or packing efficiency, and we'll be talking about a simple cubic unit cell. So let us go with it and try to understand what packing fraction and packing efficiency means and how to calculate it for a simple cubic unit cell and what are the problems which are important for your exam point of view. So, first of all, the definition of a packing fraction. So, the percentage of the total space filled by the particles is called packing efficiency, or the fraction of the total space filled is called the packing fraction. Now, try to understand what do we really mean is whenever a solid is formed, it is formed by close packing of particles. Once that close packing forms or close packing happens, not all the space provided is occupied. Some of the space will be occupied, some of the space will remain empty. Those empty spaces are called voids. What we are trying to do in this particular topic or understand in this particular topic is how much of the space is actually occupied and how much of the space is remaining empty. The fraction of the space which is occupied is known as packing fraction, or if you talk in terms of percentage, we call it packing efficiency. So that is what we mean. So how to calculate that is packing fraction will be volume occupied by atoms present in the unit cell. So how much volume is occupied by the atoms present in the unit cell by the volume of the unit cell. That is how we can do that. If I know the total volume and out of the total volume how much is occupied, that fraction is nothing but packing fraction. Or if I want to convert into efficiency, I just need to multiply it by 100 so that it converts into percentage. Okay, so let us try to do it for a simple cubic unit cell. Now, calculation of packing fraction or packing efficiency. So first, let us, very important in this particular type of derivation is to draw the figure. So that is a simple cubic unit cell. Okay, and what we have or what you can see over there is it is an open structure of simple cubic unit cell where the particles are occupying the corners, and what you can see clearly over there is the edge length which we have shown is A. Now, what do we know is the open structure is not the real structure or real representation of a unit cell. We know that the unit cell or what we represent as dot in an open structure is nothing but the centers of the particles of the centers of the particle which is forming that particular unit cell. So what do we do over here is to see the or to find out the actual picture of that particular unit cell, we are drawing that. So this is one of the face. In figure B, you can clearly see that is one of the face. You can say the top face, and you can clearly see that in a simple cubic unit cell, the particles actually touch one another. But to make it to represent in a simple way, what we do is we draw the figure A instead of figure B. But what happens actually is figure B, okay, where the particles will touch one another, and you can clearly see over there when they touch, then you can clearly see the two radius. So the distance between the two atom is nothing but the twice r, is it not? The centers, the distance between any two atom is nothing but equal to the twice the radius of that particular atom, and that twice the radius is nothing but this distance between the center, and you can clearly see in figure A the distance between the two centers, that is the edge length, is nothing but A. So what we can see from figure B, that A is equal to twice r. So that is how we'll proceed into for the derivation. So let A be the edge length of the unit cell and r be the radius of the sphere. I hope now we can understand that. So as the spheres are touching each other, which we can clearly see from figure B, that is very important to draw this too when you derive it. Therefore, A will be equal to twice R. Okay. Now we know that A will be equal to twice R from figure B, which is very much clear. Then number of sphere per unit cell. Now what kind of unit cell we are talking about? We are talking about a simple cubic unit cell. So a simple cubic unit cell, how many atoms it has? It has 8 corner atoms, and each 8 corner atom contributes 1 by 8. So if you have any confusion over this, please watch the previous video which I have uploaded, how to calculate the number of atoms in a simple cubic unit cell. Do watch that so that it becomes clear that how we are multiplying it by 1 by 8 into 8 to get 1. Okay, so the number of spheres which we are saying over here or written over there is not spheres but atoms, okay, which are considered as hard spheres. Then volume of the sphere, we know that since it is and atoms are considered as hard sphere in solid state, so the volume of the sphere will be 4 by 3 pi r cube. That is very much known. Now what is the volume of the cube? Volume of the cube, what we mean over here is a unit cell, because we are talking about a cubic unit cell, and the volume of the cube is a cube. And from the earlier points, we know that a is equal to twice r. So what we have done is we have replaced that a as twice r cube, and twice r cube is 8r cube. So once we know those things, now let us try to calculate. Fraction of the space occupied is given by, so packing fraction is given by, just now what we have seen in the definition, that it is volume occupied by the atoms present in the unit cell by volume of the unit cell. Is it not? Now volume occupied by atoms present in the unit cell, how much it was? It was 4 by 3 pi r cube, because there was only one atom. And what was the volume of the unit cell? 8r cube. Okay, if you are confused, you can just go back and see it. So 4 by 3 pi r cube is the volume occupied by the atoms. 8r cube is the volume of the total unit cell. So out of 8r cube, how much is occupied? 4 by 3 pi r cube. That is what is the fraction. So that is what we are trying to understand. So the total volume is 8r cube. Out of the total volume, how much is occupied in a simple cubic unit cell? 4 by 3 pi r cube. So if we simplify this, r cube and r cube goes. So if I try to simplify it, what I get is pi by 6. Now why I have written that pi by 6 is very important, because if you see your various entrance examination and even if your board problems, then in multiple choice question, usually this type of questions are asked where they tell you to write the packing fraction, but they don't give you the actual value, but they give you the pi values. So remembering the pi values for packing fraction will be very important. So remember that it is pi by 6. So if I calculate pi by 6, if I put the value of pi and calculate it, what I'll get is 0.524. So the fraction of space occupied in a simple cubic unit cell is 0.524. Now, as you know, to convert a fraction to percentage, we need to multiply it by 100. So if I multiply it by 100, what I get is 52.4%. So that means out of the total 100% space, how much will be occupied is only 52.4% will be occupied. The rest of the space will remain empty. Now the question is, how much of the space is remaining empty? The empty space will be obviously 100, that is the total space given, and how much is occupied is 52.4. If I deduct it, what I get is 47.6%. So this type of small questions are very common in your entrance examination. These are very direct question, fact-based question, but if you don't remember it, then it takes a lot of time to solve, because you need to derive everything and then get into the results. Okay, so remembering this will be very important for your exam points of view. So let us try to see some problems so that you get or you understand what type of problem comes. The fraction of the total space occupied by the atom present in a simple cubic unit cell is, that's what I was talking about. So they gave you such type of values. So if you remember those values, then it will be very easy for you. That is direct question, that is option D, pi by 6. So this was one of the question from NEET examinations. Again, a question from NEET examination. Percentage of free space in a simple cubic unit cell is, see, that's what I've told you. If you remember, it will be easy. That is nothing but 47.6%. So these are the types of problems which you will encounter in this topic, and that is how we derive it, the packing efficiency of a simple cubic unit cell. So thank you everyone, and do watch the new latest video uploaded in this channel for explanation on various topics on chemistry. Thank you.